Finishing in third in the 250 division, riding for Troy Lee Designs, Red Bull KTM, Brandon Hartranft. Finishing in second, riding for Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha, Justin Cooper. And your winner, riding for Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Austin Faulkner. Congrats, guys. Brandon, there's a lot going on in that 250 main event. Take us through the middle part of the race and the late stages when you started to figure out that you were in a podium position and just emotions you started to feel in their late main event.
Yeah, I started off third, dropped back to like fifth, maintained that for about half the race, and I think Christian and Jet got together and hopped into third literally in one lap, and I didn't really know until about 2 laps ago. I looked up at the board and it said third, so I was like, yeah, I need to clinch this now. So Mark called me a little bit at the end, but yeah, I mean, I'm so happy. So
Justin, you told me on the podium that even though you didn't get the win, it's what you wanted, but it was a learning experience, and you passed a lot of guys, heat race in Maine. Just take us through those races and the things that you had to go through tonight to get the second place finish.
Yeah, the main event was pretty hectic for me. I did a pretty big line out right off the bat in like seventh, and it was kind of risky, but it didn't really pay off, to be honest, because you got to do what the people in front of you do. So other than that, I actually came up short in the same rhythm and was looking up to see if I was going to get landed on a couple laps later. So it was a pretty hectic first couple laps, and then we settled in, and from there I was just picking guys off, being smart at the same time, because the track was definitely breaking down, and the transitions were getting tougher and tougher. So yeah, it was a good race. Just started a little bit too far back, and wasted a lot of energy coming up through, and kind of had to regroup to make a second push towards the front.
Austin, congratulations. After last weekend's race and being able to take it all in and move forward to St. Louis, how important was it for you to come out tonight and have a good ride, but most importantly, get a win and kind of turn things around early?
Yeah, it was good. I was obviously really happy to get a win at St. Louis. It's kind of like a bucket list race, because it is like my home state race. Like, I've been coming to watch this Supercross for a while, so I was happy to get that. But also, just it's my first race of the first win of the year. But I was just pumped to get a race win since I kind of did my ACL last year. So just kind of to prove to myself, hey, I can still do it. I can still be up here. So yeah, I was really happy with it. And yeah, first race win of the year, and just hopefully can keep it going, and keep clicking them off.
Guy B with Vital MX. Brandon, you were a little understated there, but that's first podium for you. That's a huge step.
Yeah. As soon as I landed the finish line, I honestly think I blew up the bike. I was revving it so much, but yeah, it was really emotional, honestly. It's been a long road, I guess, building up to this, and yeah, I still can't believe it, but I want to keep doing this and be on the podium more often, and I actually moved up to third in the points, so that's pretty cool.
Jason from Racer X. Austin, just talk about the track. Justin said it was breaking down, so talk about managing the race. It wasn't maybe just about one fast time, but how you had to put the whole 15 minutes together.
Yeah, it started to break down a little bit. It's not, honestly, the ruts weren't crazy deep, but it was honestly kind of chunking out. The track definitely formed different from how practice was. In practice, there was good, solid lines in every turn. You could kind of flow them, but I feel like because they started with heat races, everybody just went obviously wide open in a heat race, so the lines didn't form as good as they did in practice. So everything was kind of chunking out a little bit, some of the transitions at the bottom. So it was just, honestly, I did tell myself at probably the 8 to 10 minute mark, don't do a repeat of last week, when I think whenever I thought that, I kind of tightened up a little bit and loosened up more towards the end and kind of started to put laps together. But yeah, I mean, when you kind of lead like a lot of the race like that, it's silencing kind of those negative things like, hey, don't, you've got it, don't throw it away is kind of, I mean, sometimes it's a little tough. And from kind of doing that last weekend, that's just something I kind of had to deal with.
Jim Kimball, Motocross Action. Justin, you didn't get the greatest start, but you were working your way towards the front and making some really good moves and stuff. Once you got into second and Austin had a nice lead, did you have some thought, well, hey, I should kind of take second and think about the points, or did you just not think that and think, hey, I still want to win this?
No, there wasn't one point where I wasn't going for the win. I just couldn't get it done. I was pacing Austin the whole race, and I could kind of, I could see where he was the whole time, and it was just, yeah, he was riding pretty flawless, and he had a good, comfortable lead. So it was hard to make up time tonight. It was everyone was kind of doing the same stuff, the same rhythms and all that, and I tried it. I made a kind of a last-ditch effort, but way too late. But yeah, it was a good learning night for me. I was able to do a lot of passing on a tight track, and I feel good. I feel like I accomplished what I came for. My riding was good all night, and I think I rode just as good as A1. Just I need to be further up towards the front in the main to challenge for that win.
Thanks, guys.